Happy Valentine's Day. Even though we cannot show love and compassion in the same way that we usually do on this day, due to the pandemic, it's still a day where we can tell our loved ones that we care. Therefore, I want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. And speaking of a pandemic, today we're going to talk about surviving COVID as a business. Welcome to the second episode of Update. My name is Elin Weiring, and with me today I have two members here in the studio and one member on a link. I'm going to start by welcoming Kate Adams, who's with us here on Zoom. Kate is a brand strategist who's based in the UK. Thank you, Kate, for being here digitally today.
Of course, pleasure.
Yeah, that's nice. So actually today we're going to talk about surviving COVID as a business, and I'm simply wondering, how has COVID affected your business?
Well, it's like everyone, we weren't really sure what was going to happen when government started to shut everyone down one by one. And obviously, as a global business, we were being affected at different points. But and we did see a sort of sudden quietness with our clients as they went away and strategized what they were going to do. But then very quickly, we bounced back. I mean, that period of quiet was very short-lived, thankfully. And we were able to get back to business quickly. Remote way of working, our model enabled that to happen because really for us and our teams around the world, nothing changed. So we were able to just continue and give our clients the time they needed to set up their organizations appropriately.
All right, thank you, Kate. That's really interesting. So, what would you say are the success factor during a pandemic?
Well, it's really varied, of course, but I think again, because we're so used to working remotely, our people all over the world are working from wherever they are. We were actually able to hold our clients' hands and show them how to do it and coach them that they could do it and give them that confidence. So that was really a success for us.
Thank you. Now tell me, I know that you're a mother, so I'm a little bit curious. How has it been working with kids in the house?
Well, motherhood and work life, they've always been intertwined for me. It's nothing new because I've always worked from home. But the real challenge was adding homeschooling to the day. And it's a challenge of parents are dealing with all over the world. And for me, it was just a matter of putting in quite a strict schedule to the day and making sure homeschooling happened at a certain time and that the work day could also happen. But I think what's really been lovely and really important for me and my clients is we've just seen this outpouring of empathy from people that are going through the same thing, and conference calls and meetings have almost become family affairs with constant interruptions, and people have just have a much higher tolerance for that now. And it's been really lovely actually meeting my clients' families, and it's made us more human. And so if anything positive has come from this, I think that's one of the things.
Thank you. So, let's get back to the people here in the studio. With me today, I have Fredrik Holmboe, who is a digital and inbound strategist. I also have Julian Stubbs, one of the founders of Up There Everywhere. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Elin.
Yeah, thank you for being here today. I'm actually going to jump right in, and I'm going to ask you the same questions that I asked Kate. How has COVID affected your business?
So the way that COVID affected our business, I would say, is in two main ways. I mean, first we noticed the period of quiet that Kate mentioned, from which I would say that the first inquiries we got was how to solve the big issue with sales forces around the world not being able to meet their customers. And virtual meetings and webinars became the new norm, and thus became what we then delivered. Having worked with most of those platforms for many years, the start-up time for being able to deliver that was really short. The second thing we noticed was an increased understanding of the need to target and reach your your customers online through what is called the inbound marketing concept, which means basically that you should strive to become the outlier, the company that provides the best customer value through content in defined channels to attract new business, new customers, and to retain and improve current customer relationships.
Okay, thank you for that insight, Fredrik.
Welcome.
And Julian, I'm wondering, what would you say are the success factors during a pandemic?
So Kate's already mentioned remote working, and I mean, that's something we've practiced since the very beginning, and I think it is a strength. She's absolutely right about that. The other thing, which kind of ties into that in a way, is we work in globally distributed teams. What that means is we don't pick a team just from one geographic location, like traditional agencies. We actually pick the best team for the job, despite wherever they live, or wherever they're based, but they're the best people for the job. So the account director could be based in Hamburg, the copywriter could be based in London, the creative director in New York, content specialist in Boston. And so you get a genuinely creative, distributed team built for the client. I'd say that's a real advantage nowadays.
Thank you, and I agree with you. How about you, Fredrik? What would you say?
I actually have two answers to that question, and the first one is like Julian said, like being used to working 100% digital, not by that saying that we didn't meet customers face to face before the pandemic, but rather being able to feel natural and to handle internal and external customer inquiries through various cloud-based solutions, online solutions. And the second thing I would say is the focus and working with strong industries such as pharma and life science. The pandemic, the situation we're in is I mean, it's an extreme one, and some companies have seen the revenue streams cut by 95%. That is not the case in general in pharma and life science.
Interesting. So and I agree with the comment earlier that we experienced probably, and this is towards the end of March, for about 2 to 3 weeks, definitely everybody was thinking what's going to happen, and things slowed. I mean, everybody was just wondering. Actually, then it started to pick up really quickly into April. We noticed, as Fredrik said, a real pivot into things like webinars. That we've still got to contact clients. That's what our clients were saying to us. And so very quickly things pivoted and changed. And so that was something we noticed early on. A really important thing, obviously, with the pandemic is company spirit. Because the fact is, this is stressful for people, difficult, unsure. And so really maintaining company spirit and doing some things there have been really important. So we've been running actually more online training courses for people within UP, things like a drawing course for people who can't draw, like me, an online writer's retreat, a 2-day session. And the purpose was obviously improve your writing skills, but the outcome was actually people had a much greater team spirit at the end of it. That's so important. You maintain that in a time like this. And so I think those kinds of things are going to become really important. Then finally, we hold now an open leadership call every month, and so that everybody within UP can actually hear what's going on. And I think that's kind of important to give people confidence. Okay, we know what the situation is and what's happening, and I think that's important as well.
Well, it really is important. And great answers, both of you. I agree with you both. And also, thank you for being here today.
Our pleasure.
Welcome.
So, great. That was actually all for this episode. And for you guys watching at home, I want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. Remember to stay safe and maybe do something nice for the people you care about, like sending a digital text message this year. Also, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned for the next one.